Welcome to Kung Fu Havoc number 2. This is part 5 of the truth about people. So this will probably be the longest because it'll be the final video, the final stake in the coffin, the final nail, the final spike inside the abdomen of the world in general. Alright, so it's Friday. I do have to work today. That's why the 4th and 5th were made today, as the 2nd and 3rd were made last night. Just before midnight. They just got posted if you're up to speed. If you're not up to speed, well, you missed episode 4. If you missed episode 4, you need to go to YouTube, because episode 4 is the only one that's not going to be on YouTube, because truth be told, I've done way too much damage, and it's going to piss off a lot of my family members. So they all have Facebook, but they all don't have YouTube. So therefore, that's why that's there. Alright, here we go. Truth about people. We all have our misconceptions of truth. We all have our inconvenient lies. A lot of people believe that a white lie is not a lie. It's just a stretch of the truth. I'm here to tell you, fuck that shit. A white lie is still a goddamn lie. No matter how you slice it, no matter what anybody tells you, it's still a lie. Alright? And no matter what anybody tells you, a lie can make you or break you. In any case, it will more like break you before it makes you. Okay? And I can tell you that truthfully because I've got nothing to lose here. You know? Especially when it comes down to like how my family feels about me and how I feel about them. They have not always been there for me, and they have been the bulk of my pain and suffering, because if you watch any of the other videos, as specifically said, I come from a family who would rather see me suffer than succeed, which is how a lot of my problems have begun, because no one wants to take responsibility. And in the 4th video, I go into a little bit of detail on that. I don't go into too much detail, but I go into just enough, like I just did, to piss people off. The thing about that, though, you know, we all come from different families. And a lot of us don't want to put our business out there. I'm one of them people. I don't really want to put our business out there either, but sometimes the only way somebody can really realize that they're doing something wrong to you, or will even acknowledge it, is for other people to come at them, like strangers who aren't in your family but know your family, to come at them and say, you know, y'all have done this, and y'all have done nothing to change it, because it's been too convenient for y'all to change it. And like I said, most people would do the wrong thing before they do the right thing, and most people, except for me, will never acknowledge hurting someone else. I acknowledge it because I know right from wrong. I acknowledge it because I have to. As I've said plenty of times, you know, I was a street fighter as a child from the ages of 6 to 12. That's not a lie. You can take it, you can leave it. I can't change it. There have been a few people that I've had to apologize to. One specifically, he knows who he is. I have apologized to him so many times. He told me that if I apologize to him again, he would shoot me. He knows that we were kids. He knows that I was forced into that. That wasn't a choice of mine. I'm the only one who don't think that it was right. Even though I was forced into it, I still knew right from wrong. And morally, most people would say, yeah, James, you are right. You know, you knew right from wrong. You had a tactical advantage because you knew martial arts. You started learning at 7. You've been fighting since you were 6. You knew better. Morally, I will never forgive myself for that shit. For all the people that fought at West Haven and wherever the hell else we fought at, you know, because that was a thing in the late 70s, early 80s that black neighborhood kids did. We fought. We literally fought. And I got a lot to atone for, but, you know, I don't even remember half the people that I fought. I know I didn't lose because I was too afraid to lose. Alright? Not saying I couldn't be beaten, but I knew that if I was beaten, there was a bigger beating coming to me by the people engaging us into these fights. Now, because of statutes of limitations and all that crap, I would like to leave all the people involved in that out. Because truth be told, what's done is done. It can't be undone. But I've had to live with that, because of the fact that you got a guy who can fight versus a guy who can't fight. It is very rare that the guy who can't fight to come out on top as the winner. Very, very rare. There's always those one-hitter quitters. There's always those guys that get lucky. But if you go into a fight overconfident, it's more than likely because you don't know what that other person has, they're going to knock your ass out. If you go into a fight knowing what you can do and not knowing what they can do, but not having that little edge of having a tactical fighter and that ability to fight, you're going to have a hardcore truth. When you get hit, that shit hurts. Alright? I've never been knocked out in a fight. I've lost a few sparring matches as I got older, but in real fights, no. I don't play that losing crap. You ask my friends when we spar. As old as I am, as young and as small as I was back then, I was a never say die black guy. Also, I didn't know I was mixed. So, the truth of that is, it happened. And most of the people involved were kin to me. They made me go out and fight the neighborhood kids. It was like their come-ups. I don't think there was ever any betting on it or anything like that. I'm pretty sure if somebody betted on it, I probably would have been losing all the fights. But, reality was there was no betting on it. It was, you're going to go fight this kid, and that's that. 6 years of that shit. When I started learning martial arts, I got better at fighting. And I started winning all the time. Because there's no rules in a street fight other than one rule: survive. Now that you got that out the way, and to all those who I've ever hit or hurt in that situation from 6 to 12, I've apologized. And you don't have to accept it. You really don't. And I accept the fact that you don't have to accept it because no one wants to get their ass beat. No one. But shit happens. It does happen. And the truth of that is, I'm just as guilty. I'm just as guilty for fighting. Whether I was forced to fight by threats or rather I enjoyed the fighting. Which there was a little bit of both because as a martial artist, and I'm ashamed to say this, as a martial artist, I like fighting. I ain't gonna lie about that shit. I like fighting. I live for that shit. I live to get in the ring and go one-on-one. Win, lose, or draw. I like fighting. It's been in my blood since I was 6. I come from a family of fighters. Granted, none of them are martial artists, but I come from a family of fighters. I come from a family of military veterans on both sides. I myself am a military veteran. I did not get to serve the way I wanted to serve, but I'm still a veteran, legally, and I took that oath and I live by it. The problem is, when it comes to honesty and integrity, a lot of people in my family and a lot of people around the world just don't have it. My Warrior Ethos card never leaves my wallet unless I'm reading it. It never leaves my side. Soldier's Creed. I'm not going to give it all because you never know who's watching, and if somebody's a terrorist that is watching, I would be the asshole that opened the door for them to know the Soldier's Creed, which means they can infiltrate our base and be on base. Because if you don't know the Soldier's Creed and you're on base, that's key number one, that you're not a real soldier. Now, the Soldier's Creed for the Army might be different than the Soldier's Creed for the Marines or the Navy or the Air Force or the Coast Guard. But I'm not going to read the Soldier's Creed. I will read the Warrior's Ethos. Because every military person in the Army knows the Warrior Ethos. If you don't know the Warrior Ethos, then you probably aren't a soldier. Which means they probably got it from one of my videos. But your Warrior Ethos, I will always place the mission first. I will never accept defeat. I will never quit. And I will never leave a fallen comrade. Those are your main things to live by as a soldier. Now, this thing goes right behind my picture of Jesus. Yes, I said Jesus. I found this outside one day. I was really feeling down. And it was meant for me to find that card. It was meant for me to find it. Which is another reason why, even though I've lost my faith, I have never stopped believing in God. And I've gotten a lot of my faith back. But not like I used to have. I used to have like so much faith. I think I'm down to like a mustard seed, but I still have faith. And on that, while we're still talking about the truth of people, I want to thank my father for introducing me to Joel Osteen. And I watch Joel Osteen every Sunday, and he has made a big difference in my life. Granted, I don't go to church, but I do watch Joel Osteen, and I pray. Okay, so let's get on with it, because I was totally going off track when I jumped on Joel Osteen. We're getting on this thing about the truth of people, and why I decided to make a video about the truth of people is because of the simple fact that you can talk to people until you're blue in the face, which is kind of difficult for me because some people of color don't change color. I turn red. I have turned red. My friend Yoko, when I used to work at the Colonnade Hotel on the university grounds, we found out that people of color can blush. Okay? So, quick story. How you doing, Yoko? Yoko's from Africa. His mom was a fan of the Beatles. That's how he has the name Yoko. Anyway, Yoko and I was closing up the shop, and these very beautiful, hot Asian women were across the street. And we did what most normal men do before the Me Too movement came. And we said, God, those girls are pretty as hell. He said, yeah, which one you like? I like the one in the business dress. She looks very sophisticated and sexy at the same time. And she was very beautiful. She was drop dead gorgeous. And he's like, yeah, I like that one, but I like the friend too. I was like, hey, menage a trois, brother. He's like, yeah, foursome. You know, we forearmed each other and shit. And we went on about our business. But we were steadily talking about them. And those two very beautiful Asian women came into the place as we just started putting up the food. And they wanted something to eat. And we had to apologize to them. It's like, look, we're finishing the buffet. We're about to put everything up. Y'all can eat off the buffet, but you can't order anything. It's like, now we really want some really good food. But before we were talking when they came in, my face was this red when they came in. And Yoko, I know those women knew we were talking about them because they were so pretty, and my face just red as a fucking tomato. And I had to be the one to talk to them, so I was really embarrassed, and it was fun and funny at the same time because that's probably never gonna happen again. But red colored faces do happen on colored people. Okay, so there's a little bit of truth of that, because I mean we were literally talking about having sex with these girls and everything just before they came in. But when they were crossing the street, they were not coming in the direction of our door. They were going like across the street and down. But apparently they doubled back and came in as I just finished saying how much I would love to have sex with the chick in the business suit. They didn't hear that. Or at least I hope they didn't hear that. And if you're watching and you did hear that, I'm very sorry. Anyway, hey, I said it, Can't take it back. I did say it. And they came in and beat red. The truth about people is that we don't really know how to deal with 5% of the truth, let alone 99.9. And again, in one of the other videos, I think it was either video 1, 2, or maybe a video that had nothing to do with this, Supernatural did an episode about what would happen if everybody was just honest, like completely uninhibited honesty, and it caused a riot and caused all kinds of chaos and shit like that. And that's probably true. Which is why I say on my videos most of the time, I will give you 99.9. I will not give you the whole 1,000. I know you're all thinking, why do you say that? Why is it 99.9, but you won't give us the whole 1,000 when the next number after 99.9 is 100? Okay, because see, you can give people 100% of the truth, but that doesn't still mean you're giving them the entire truth. You can play on words and tell them enough of the truth for them to figure it out. Because this is how I got away with a lot of shit in high school amongst my friends. Because I don't want to lie to anybody. So I also don't want to snitch on anybody and give them their business. So we play 20 questions. I will ask you the question in a way that you can figure out what the truth answer is without me snitching. I ask the questions, you answer the questions. Kind of like Jeopardy. And that's how a lot of people got their information from me. By me telling the truth without telling them the truth. Alright? I would ask the question would be like, our friend went to this place with this person. And their answer would be our friend's name and that person's name in that place. And I would go yes or no. And if I didn't do it with my hand, I would do it with my head, or I would do it that. That way, they're getting the truth, and they're working me, but I'm actually working them. All right, it's kind of like a reverse psychology thing. I don't like when my screen goes black because it ruins my concept of talking. I like to kind of see myself and where I'm going, so I can keep everything functional while I'm making videos. That's the thing. When you're an actor, when you're in front of the camera, you always feel at home in front of the camera. You don't always feel at home in front of the camera when you have a live audience. So if anybody's watching to give me an acting job, I don't do live shows. There's no live shows. I'm not that good of an actor. I promise you, we would be taking so many takes that it ain't funny. So I don't do any live shows. That is not an option. The only way I would possibly do a live show is if I'm like speeding through and only have one line. Like, what's up? And I just keep on moving. Other than that, no. But if I'm filming stuff and people happen to come by and want to know what I'm doing, I have no problem talking to them, telling them, if you want to participate, that's fine, but you have to be quiet once we say action. If you want to give us some suggestions, we're going to take those suggestions. Hell, we might even use the suggestions. But when we say action, you have one mission. Zip it. So that we can do the thing that we do in front of the thing that we do it in front of. And that's the thing about being an actor. You know, I wanted to be an actor because my life sucks. And if I can play characters whose lives are a little bit more exciting, who get to go out and do what I would love to do in real life. I would like to go on adventures and stumble into some shit. I don't do caves, and I don't do pyramids. I've read enough bad things about booby traps and shit like that. So archaeology, nah, not gonna happen. But, you know, running through the woods, stumbling on a Bigfoot, or a shapeshifter, or some shit like that, I'm down with that. This is why I make movies, so I can have adventures, because my life in real life just all out sucks. That's why a lot of actors become actors, because their life just really fucking sucks. And when you get to play a character that you feel, it's a whole nother level than when you're just boring ass kung fu kicking James. Alright? Because people don't come knocking on my door and, oh, you wouldn't let Fu Fong get those rice cakes. But I don't sell rice cakes. Sure you don't sell rice cakes. It's a rice cake store. Why would you not let my brother get the rice cakes? Well, to be honest with you, I just don't like you or your brother or your family. Now you have to die because you won't sell me or my family or my brother some rice cakes. There you go. And that being said, you know, as an actor, you can do those things. You can have more fun in life doing those things. Where, as a normal-ass person, shit like that doesn't really happen in real life. You know, it doesn't happen at all. Yeah, no one's going to come to your house and I'm going to fight you because you wouldn't sell my brother the rice cakes. Okay? For everyone who's Asian that I just offended, I'm sorry. Okay. Maybe it would have helped if I would have said, you won't come sell Great Wolf stalks of corn. I'm part Cherokee, so I can say that. And it won't sound as racist as it is. Yes, that was very racist. And so everyone who's Native American, I apologize. And that being that Native Americans are biologically Asian, I apologize to you all. And that is a true apology because of the simple fact that that was a racist-ass statement that I made. Alright? Now, the thing about that is that, you know, I just offended a group of people. You know, I just totally offended anyone that was Asian. I just totally offended you. If you're Native American, your ass is Asian biologically, so I offended you with the corn. If your ass is Asian, I offended you with the rice. Now, here's the thing. I'm part Native American, and I fucking love rice. But I fucking hate corn. I can't stand corn. My grandma Bay once made me pancakes with corn. I've never liked corn since. I will eat corn if it's on the cob. I will not eat corn on the can. And granted, they're the same damn thing. But honestly, I really don't like corn on the cob either. I'll eat it as an option versus it being tampered with in a can. But the truth be told is, I don't want neither one of those damn things. I just don't like corn. You know? I like popcorn. It's like the only corn I really like. And that comes from corn on the cob. So, therefore, you know, I'll eat popcorn versus corn on the cob versus corn on the can. But if all I have is canned corn to eat versus corn on the cob, give me that shit on the cob. Because 9 times out of 10, the only thing that's fucked with it is the farmer's hands and the corn worm. No. But as for like that shit on the can, you don't know who's been tampering with it. You know, if a little bit of drool came out, got in the can, no one's ever going to know. And it's already cooked. For those who don't know, they already cook it. That's part of their process. They put it in the can, and then they store it. It's already cooked. So when you basically get home and you just recook the shit, no, which means you just boil it in water. You put the water in, you boil it in, and it gets all that done. All right? See, there's some truths that people aren't going to really be able to accept. Well, am I eating this canned corn? It's already been cooked. Well, versus corn on the cob, which has not been cooked. All right? And if it has been cooked, it's new to me. Because as far as I know, corn on the cob has never been cooked. Because it comes in like the fresh wrap or whatever. Unless you get it directly from the farmer's market where it's still in the husk or whatever. You just peel it off and you go. Or if you're going to chuck the corn, farmers know what the fuck I'm talking about. But anyway, so to move things along, I'm going to make a 6th video and make that the final video because this thing's like 20 some odd minutes long and I jumped off track a little bit. But we're going to go to a 6th video. Sorry.